You're listening to the Media Man Dan podcast. Let's rock! What's up, guys, and welcome to the Media Man Dan podcast. Today, I have the amazing band back with me here from Georgia, Fuzzy Dysfunction, and we are going to discuss their brand new song coming out really soon at this period of time. That's going to be the 26th, correct?
Yep.
Yes, and that is called Black and Gray, and I promise it is a absolute banger, easy core to the core. You're going to love every second of it. Welcome back to the podcast, guys. How are you guys all doing today? It's great to have you.
Dude, we're doing great. Sure.
Doing fucking awesome, man. How about yourself?
Great to be here.
Fantastic. And we have Justin with us this time. Last time he was not able to make it, so we had to have two guys in a Casper-like view in this weird theater, and I hated looking at it when I was editing it, so I was like, thank God we'll have real people this time, but it seems like everyone's in night mode, so I might as well just turn off my lights as well. Actually, no, Justin's in daytime mode. So either way, if you guys all want to introduce yourselves again, just so people can get used to the voices, just in case it's a little hard to see, but I will have to bump the brightness up for this one.
So I'm Brendan. I play guitar for Fuzzy Dysfunction.
Hell yeah.
I'm Alex, and I play the drums for Fuzzy Dysfunction. Wait, no, singer, and I'm the bassist for Fuzzy Dysfunction.
You do so much.
I play everything.
Does everything.
Hey, I'm
Justin,
Justin, and I'm the drummer for Fuzzy Dysfunction.
We had a little bit of dysfunction there, Justin. Hold on one second. How's your lag over there?
It's looking good on my end. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah. It was a little staticky. Just a little
All right.
fuzzy. I'll keep going with that. But either way, you said drummer, right?
Yes, I'm the drummer for Fuzzy Dysfunction.
Hell yes. All right. And we got all three members. There's no other people that are hiding in the corners, right? No one's going to pop out at me.
Nope, not
Make it
unless
like a horror
Victor's
movie.
lurking in the shadows.
He maybe pops up behind you.
But that's awesome. All right. Well, we have all three incredible members that make incredible music. And as I was saying in the beginning, they have a brand new single called Black and Gray at this period of time that this comes out. So I hope that you guys are jamming with me with that reaction. I had a blast with the song. And I want to know, first of all, how did you figure out to make another great song where it's just these really happy vibes with heavy vocals? Like, that's my favorite thing about you guys, is it's just so happy to listen to, and at the same time you're screaming at me. Yes.
That's a weird way of thinking about it, but because I never really thought about our music that way. So earlier, like we was talking, like, you know, Justin was talking about like these days it just kind of flows a little bit easier, and I think that's just all it was really. Because like Brendan had brought us this riff and was like, "Hey, here's this," and then we got together and was like, "Well, hey, it's finished."
Pretty much.
That was it. That's
That
how
was
easy
it.
it was. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
So like there was a lot of artistic process that went into it, but like more or less it kind of just, I don't know, it just flowed.
Yeah. It is a really smooth song, easy to catch on to instantly, and I love the riff that you have on the second part of the verse. There's just like that.
Oh yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
love that shit so much, and I had a great time with that. And then when the bridge came in, I was like, oh yes, there's a bridge here. This is just a great song overall. Like, it's got that perfect structure that I would expect.
Well, hell yeah. We kind of changed the structure around probably for the first few months that we were playing it, and then it kind of just fell into place and we recorded it, and I think it was that song sat a long time with no vocals on it actually. So Alex had probably I would say maybe 2 months to kind of stew on what he was going to do, and he went over to Victor's house, who was our original lead guitarist on the EP, and he left the band since, but He went over to Victor's and tracked the vocals, and then he just sent us what he did, and that is what we went with because it was just perfect. I mean, he had all the time to figure out what he wanted to do, and he just went in there and he nailed it. So yeah, the vocals hands down. Alex, I mean, he knocked it out in like an hour. It was honestly, it was amazing. Like I was blown away. Normally, there's like, I like this, maybe not so much that, but me and Justin were both like, fucking send it. That's perfect,
Yeah.
That means you're a natural, dude. I mean, in an hour to master was it the whole song or was it just like parts that he had to scream on?
It may have been a little more than an hour. I mean, it was a whole session, maybe like 2 or 3 hours. But yeah, I mean, it was one night. He went over to Vic's and they knocked it out.
Lightning in a bottle. That is awesome. I'm so happy for you guys, and I'm so happy that you're proud of this project as well. Are we actually going to be looking forward to more of this sound for this new year, or are we going to be looking to more heavier stuff or even ballads on this album?
Dude, that's the best part. I'm gonna say it. It's a little bit of all that.
That's what I love.
Jump around a little bit, but like still somehow I think yet stay in the same area as what like what we usually do, but just in a different way. But yeah, it's gonna be heavier. It's gonna be lighter. It's gonna be happier. It's gonna be a little more dark toned. It's gonna be a lot of shit. Super excited about.
Is the album called Bipolar?
That's a great goddamn name. Holy
shit. It would work. It just catches all those vibes.
Yeah, we've got some different stuff coming. I mean, if you look at the EP is really different. But I would say that even though some songs may be heavier than others, you can still tell it's us. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, one thing to expect from everything we have coming is diversity. Nothing is going to sound the same. Everything is going to be a little bit different. Some things you'll be like, holy shit, I did not expect this from these guys. So I mean, we got a lot of that stuff coming.
Hell yeah. And I was talking or listening to the last podcast that we had together, and you guys were saying that it was a hard commitment that you had to make in order to make that music last time. And now I see that you already have something prepared for this year, and you're still kicking ass with it, and you're not going to stop anytime soon. So that passion is there, and that's what I'm all about. And speaking of passion, I want to talk about Justin. He has passion for the drums, he has passion for the band, and he has passion to be here right now with me. So Justin, tell me what your contribution was to this song. How much do you love it? Or what is your favorite song personally from your band?
Well, it's funny. It's always a pretty wild process when we get like in a creative groove. It does end up going like pretty rapidly once everything starts moving. I remember Brendan kind of bringing the riff to a practice session, and we just kept finding like all the little bits and pieces that we just really just loved. And, you take all these groovy pieces and you put them down on wax and you start figuring out how they sound great together. And, definitely by the time we got done with the project, I was astounded by it. It's definitely one of my favorites. It's got a lot of energy. People jump up and down to it. It definitely epitomizes that happy, heavy sound that I think that Alex does bring to a great degree, and it's also one of the things I love about a lot of our music.
And you guys, sure. You've already played it live. I assume that's what you're saying is that you get the crowd moving. How did they take it the first time that you played?
I mean, the reaction, well, like you would expect, I would assume.
Yeah, I mean, they a lot of our first shows, there wasn't many people there, but I would say at the Halloween show, man, it really got people jumping, and the same at the New Year's Eve show, man. That was whenever we really started to announce like, hey, this song is coming at the end of this month, and then we played it, and I even heard one guy in the crowd, he's like, that's a fucking good song. Like I think it might have been Chris, but it counts because I heard it. So yeah, I mean, the reaction's been great, and everyone I've showed it to has been like, that's kind of crazy. I was like, I know, it's still kind of crazy to me that we made that.
No, it's fantastic because it's showing the evolution of your band. Like you guys had that pop punk easy core style already down on some of your songs, but then you had heavy songs, you had almost new metal tracks, especially with Plague Beast Jacob. You know, we talked about him last time, and he's killing it too right now. But it's just it's great to see both of you guys just growing in your craft and just showing everybody that like you're gonna bring it even harder this year than you have ever before. And I'm all down for that, man. So outside of music, I've been asking a lot of people, have you guys seen any movies last year, or were you too busy?
No, the last movie I saw in theaters was the second Doctor Strange. And I don't think that was last year.
2022.
Yeah, and I hated that, so no.
You tapped out. You're like, fuck this movie. I've absolutely ruined cinema for myself. I can't believe I gave any hope to Sam Raimi.
Well, no, I mean, I don't know. I think it had its moments. Wanda was awesome, but
yeah,
the movie overall, I just didn't
I don't know.
The MCU's done now anyway.
Oh yeah, it's game over for them. They have just dug themselves into a hole.
Game.
It's their end game. Yeah, we're in the end game now.
Yeah. Barbie was fire.
It was, dude. Was it not?
Yes, absolutely. Barbie movie,
Like,
excellent.
Man, but damn it, that was a good movie.
It was great.
Now I always ask this question whenever people are like, Barbie was a great movie. Who's your favorite character in Barbie?
Bro, Ken.
There we go. There it is. I was like, suck it, feminists. You made the male character the best character.
It's not even that. It's just that little sly ass shit he did when he was, I don't know, it was fucking.
I still got to see it. You can spoil it though. I don't mind. I mean, it's Barbie. It's not gonna blow my mind or anything. I know what the last scene does, and all I kept thinking was, there are people that brought children to this movie. Like, why would you see PG-13 and be like, this is great for my little girl? But I don't know. Nowadays, kids aren't kids anymore. They're just crazy.
They're just the adults are getting younger, is what it is.
Yeah, I feel like the millennials are going to become the grandparents first. Gen Z is like the hip new kids on the block. And then Gen Alpha, I think they're called, is absolutely just insane. They're insane. My fiance, she teaches these kids all the time, and she's like, they don't understand anything I'm saying. I'm like, it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me at all. They're in the iPad era. An iPad cannot teach you how to be a kid, so that does not happen.
So let the kid go outside and build a book instead of reading it.
Go outside, nerd.
Build a book.
Build a book.
Chop down a tree. Put the pages together.
How to build a book.
Sounds like an off-brand of Build-A-Bear. It's Build a Book.
Build a book workshop.
Let it be known now, if that ever is a thing, I said it here first.
You said it first. You got it patented.
Where's my severance package?
Right.
People of the future, give me my money.
I like hardcover books, though. I think books are actually really good for us. I never would have said that before, but I've been reading this book that's helping me through a fitness and mental toughness challenge called 75 Hard, and it's awesome. It's been a really great transformation of like just my spirit and motivation. And I'm like, yeah, I can do this. I want to know, Justin, we talked about TV last time. We talked about some incredible cartoons growing up. What is one of your favorite cartoons that you remember as a kid that you're like hooked on to this day? It'll never leave your mind.
Oh yeah, it's Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo, where are you? I got my shirt somewhere. And which version of Scooby-Doo? Pup named Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo, where are you? What's new Scooby-Doo? There's so many.
I love the original Where Are You, Scooby-Doo? Scooby-Doo, where are you? But like a pup named Scooby-Doo, yeah, that's like my childhood bottled up.
Absolutely.
Perfectly.
Just the best. That was the best vibes too.
Bro,
like it was always happy.
Try to change my mind. You know what I mean?
What?
Said Scooby on Zombie Island. Try to change my mind.
Dude, that's the best movie.
The best one.
Absolutely. Hands down.
Best, like that was the twist of all twists. Like we were expecting, oh, it's gonna be another mask. Oh, it's just a bunch of masks. Oh, they're just doing creepy things like all the other things. And it's like, no, they're actual zombies. What? Mind blown.
It's really funny. Our live set, we cover What's New Scooby-Doo.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's amazing. And that was Simple Plan, of course.
Y'all.
Yeah.
who is now on tour with Avril Lavigne, out of all
Yeah, I
people.
heard. What the
Really, I
hell?
did not know that.
Yeah, I was like, I need to go. And I told my fiance today, I was like, let's go. Let's make sure this happens. I was like, she's coming to Chicago. And I'm like, oh, fuck, of course. It's on a Tuesday in September.
Yeah, that sounds
The
about right.
worst.
Just the worst time to go to Chicago. Everything is too busy and people are at their jobs. Yeah, it's not good work. But I told her, I said, well, here's the great news. We have Labor Day off for you since you're a teacher. So what we'll do is we'll go on Sunday night all the way down to North Carolina. And then we'll just zoom right back up to Illinois. Because then we won't have to worry about doing anything on Labor Day.
It'd be a
She said
trek,
no.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I would also be like, no, fuck that.
1,000 miles, 2,000 miles, I think it was. Oh no, 1,300, something like that. It's crazy. But I did see Sum 41 has a final tour up in Wisconsin, so I'm trying to get tickets for that.
Yeah, that'd be good to see. I'm not going to be able to see them, but I would love to.
No.
Yeah.
I'll tell you who we are going to go see.
Who are you going to see?
We're going to go see Flagman in February. Do you know who Flagman is?
I do not.
Oh my God. Do you like Primus?
I have heard them. I don't know if I enjoy them enough yet. I've seen them play for the South Park 25 anniversary, whatever that was.
Going down to South Park, gonna have myself time.
Friendly faces everywhere, humble thoughts about temptation.
Going down to South Park, gonna leave my woes behind.
In the parking dead, people spouting how to
Hell yeah. I mean, I don't want to say they're just like Primus because they're not, but you know,
Okay.
they take a lot of influence from Primus and System of a Down, and
Okay.
they just put it in a blender, and they're just this
Literally.
disgusting mess of a fucking awesome band. Like, I can't explain it. They're the best band in the world. Period.
So they're like Mr. Bungle, like abstract and just off that you would never expect.
In a similar way, but definitely has more of like a southern edge to it. I think they're like Florida based, and
Okay.
like you can definitely feel like the twang in it. Also, it's super tasty.
Super tasty, dude.
It
You have the
is.
best things, like the best way to describe things.
Bert, he's our catchphrase guy.
You have the
Yeah.
catchphrase. Do you have T-shirts with catchphrases? That's the best.
No, but
question.
we are gonna now.
Yeah, and I'm gonna buy one and rep
Yeah,
that
like
shit.
I didn't
every
even know.
time.
We didn't even know that till you said that, and now I'm like, you know what? It's just gonna be Justin catchphrases.
Right. That's the best idea.
Fuzzy
Yeah.
Dysfunction is super tasty.
And you could have the letters be all like staticky.
There you go.
That'd be pretty
Yeah.
sick. I'm helping you guys with the marketing.
You sure are. We should have. We should
Pay me my
get you on
money.
Staff.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
We can't
I'm
pay
gonna
you
make
much.
sure
We'll-
that I
we'll
get
pay
some
you
merch
in
though.
bananas.
He'll pay me in I love bananas.
Good.
Except for
this
when-
is gonna work out.
Threaten me.
If it's 3-day bananas though, there's a problem. It's just too soft. That's what she said.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's them old bananas. That's when you make banana pudding.
Oh yeah, banana pudding, banana milkshakes. My mom makes banana chocolate milkshakes. Off the hook. Love them.
Oh man, yeah, it's been quite a year for us. A very big year for us. It getting bigger as we go, but definitely the biggest year we've ever had.
That's the best thing to hear because I mean you're going to have even more experience this year with the new fans that come on with the new song that's coming out. You're also going to have your old fans that are going to be mind blown just like I was for my reaction. And then everyone's going to be like, they're on tour. We have to see them. We have to see
Dude, I
them.
hope so.
And then you guys got to collab with like more artists like Breaking Serenity on my hat. Like they had like 30 artists on their album last year. And I was like, oh my God, I'm just going to tell everyone that I interview, I'm going to be like, talk to Breaking Serenity, get on their stuff. Like this is awesome. Combining
You know-
everyone's talent together.
When we first started working with Jacob,
Yeah.
It was super fun and I enjoyed it. Making this second song, I think I've enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I have, and would love to just, when we can and we have the time, do collaborations with more people because it's not as strenuous of a process as you think it'd be.
Yeah.
Like think like, all right, we got to get it to him and then he's gonna do his thing and it's gonna take I don't know how long you get it back, but like it's a lot quicker of a process than you think it is.
Yeah, as long as you have the talent and you have the passion, which
That's
is both there. As they said, it took you 2 to 3 hours to get your whole song put together. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
Or
it's
just the vocals.
and like with Jacob, like you were saying, it just works so well, and he's such a talent at what he does that, like, when we get it back, it's not like a lot of criticism that has to go with it, like you would expect if because you want to make it right. So the best thing you can do is talk it out. But it's hard because when you hear it, and you're like, well, damn, well, that's great already.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have anything bad to say about it, so you're like, okay, fucking send it.
I hope that you guys go on tour with him somehow.
I would love to do a show with him, at least. I mean, if nothing else, because then we could break out the stuff we've been doing with him. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Oh my God, Rampage would be a hit.
We've been talking about going out there, but we would have to like set up some dates so that way we can work our way to Houston.
Yeah.
And then play with him in Houston, and then kind of come back.
And we bring him to Chicago.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm all for it. It's just
we will try our damnedest to work our way to the Midwest. I promise.
We are. It's going to take some time, but we're working on it.
I agree that it will take some time, but I am absolutely patient beyond belief when it comes to artists that I want to hear live. I have California artists that also know Breaking Serenity called Against the Sun, and I was watching some of their live footage, and I was just like, holy shit, I wish they could come here. And I messaged them, I was like, guys, when are you coming out? And they're like, we're not big enough yet. I'm like, damn, how are you not big enough? Like, you got so much shit. Music.
That's the best thing I've heard, though. We're not big enough yet. See next year.
Yeah. I mean, it's just hard, because, all three of us have things going on. And, right now, for this year, we want to try to shoot for like 12 shows this year, but we don't really know if we'll be able to hit that. Like, that's just our kind of loose goal. That's what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And we want to play out of state as much as possible. So, but the furthest we'll probably get is, just Tennessee, Alabama. It just really depends on kind of what pops up, But I tell you, I know that we were talking to Spirit Board about shooting up to Cincinnati. So, if you're down to make a drive, come see us in Cincy, man.
Yeah, that works over in Ohio. So that would actually be great. I can live vicariously through him, and he could interview you guys in person, and then he can rub it in my face. And then I'll be like, well, now I have to go out there.
Yeah, now you have to, man.
Exactly. It's a competition. We're all men. We know.
Well, the thing too,
Always.
like for that, what we try to do. So like last year, we were like, we want to do some show. We didn't really have a huge expectation, but we set 4 shows. But we were like, if we could do 2 this year or 1, it would be awesome. And it was at the end of the year. So the last 4 months of last year, like right up until January, was all our 4 shows squeezed into those 4 months. And we wound up making it happen, which was pretty ironic because we were like, dude, if we do 2 at this point, it's so already at the end of the year, like it'll be fine. And then we wound up doing all 4 of them, and our goal was met, and we didn't even really mean to. It just kind of bills started popping up, so we jumped on them.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Going to like other places, it's not necessarily that you can't get in, because you can play at whatever bar. It's just getting on a good bill with a bunch of people that they don't know us, but they know them, that can help generate the crowd for us. Because, how would we, as low time as we are right this second, already have connections with a bunch of people that like us in Florida and all those places that we haven't been yet?
Yeah. No, your networking is already great. Do you guys have an agent by chance?
No.
Okay, so you are literally the most independent of independent bands.
We represent ourselves.
T-shirt material.
We put liquid paper on a bee and it died.
We do our best to try to stay booked up, and we're on a bit of a hiatus right now, but our shows are going to start back up in April.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of your content. Are you guys going to be posting live footage as well on YouTube?
Yeah, we've posted a little bit. I have some that we could post. The thing is, what we need to do is we need to hire someone who can come in and help us get some good quality stuff, because a lot of the stuff I have, I just don't want to post it on YouTube because it's not that great of quality.
Gotcha.
But at the end of the day, some people don't give a shit about that. Some people do. So it's kind of hard to judge what I should post and what I shouldn't.
Well, one of my favorite things I see is that artists are like live video, and it's not. It's like studio music. with
Right.
the live video footage, and they're like, "This isn't live," and it's like all those people in the comments help the algorithm find or help you guys be found in the algorithm because you get so many comments saying this is fake.
Yeah.
And I've seen it all over. One of my favorite bands, they did that, and I was like, yeah, that was probably not a smart move, but actually it worked out for you.
Well, hey, you know, I mean, if it ends up working, then is it
Exactly.
done? Right.
Make sure it's the most popular song too, or the least popular song. I think last time we talked about my favorite song, and yeah, how we're gonna make that popular. What did you guys think of that idea of the acoustic remix of that song? Let me find it. Why do I not know names? I'm telling myself. Awake. Damn it.
Oh yeah, wait.
We've
so
actually, yeah. Just go ahead, Alex.
okay. So when we get pretty much towards the end of this album, so we're gonna release it little by little. So it's gonna be a song here about 4 weeks, another song about 4 weeks, another song, until they're about done. But we were talking about in the middle of that and the second album to kind of break up our minds from this for a minute to gather our thoughts for an even better album after this one. We would just do a little acoustic album in between it. You know,
I
maybe an
love
acoustic
that.
EP, 6 songs, 5, 6 songs, nothing serious, just a couple of things. And I think Awake should be one because it transferred so good to acoustic, first of all. But we have a couple of songs like that. So we may do a couple of covers and like 2 original, cover our own stuff, but then 2 original like acoustic versions of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know yet. We just kind of like works. We're just thinking about it.
I would say, I mean, I don't want you to copy anyone, but the way that Breaking Benjamin did Aurora and had like extra features on those tracks with the songs that people already were in love with, it just had more impact, especially knowing that I only found out the album existed because my favorite band, Red, had their vocalist on it. So I was like, oh my God, I have to check this out. And I love Breaking Benjamin, and I did before that as well, but I was just like hearing Mike with Ben on the same track, it was like heavenly. So anytime I would think of like another artist that you guys know, just bring them on and then be like, hey, you know, let's promote this version of the track and see what happens with it.
We have always noodled in the past, but I think I'll probably do a little bit of singing and screaming, even on the acoustic stuff, because I think that if you do it in the right spots, I think screaming can be tasteful in acoustic music.
Yeah. Oh,
or taste. Dustin would say.
One of my, like I said, Red's my favorite band. Their song, it came out on their 10th anniversary edition of their first album, End of Silence, and it has screams at the end, and it just mixed so well with everything. It's called If I Break. Oh my God. And also they use violin, so I don't know. That's probably not your thing.
We have a fiddle, I think.
Do you have a fiddle? Well, there you go. This is why you're a true Dolly fan. I could tell. True country boy.
There's also been talks of adding a trumpet player.
Nice. That's actually out there. Like it would be unexpected.
Be a ska band.
Yeah, trumpets with heavy metalcore.
Metal? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Death metal and trumpets. Please and thank you.
Yeah.
Like if Chicago did metal. Oh, that'd be sick.
Bro, Jesus.
But we yeah, I mean, we're open to stuff like that. You know, like I was just looking, I was at the guitar shop the other day. I was messing around on a Jazz Master. And then they had this cello sitting there that they're trying to get rid of. I guess some kid returned it or something. They only wanted like $450 for this giant cello, which is insane to me. But yeah, so I was like, man, kind of want to just buy this fucking cello right now.
So you got it?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, I love cellos.
But if you take a bass guitar and tip it back on the side, cello.
Cello. You got a bass.
Right. So we could just make it happen with what we have. Electric cello.
Cello, you
But-
got a bass. Where's that from?
School of Rock.
Thank you.
Rock.
How could I have forgotten that?
But I mean, yeah, I think we're down for anything like that. It's just, I'm pretty sure between the three of us, we could figure out how violins and cellos and shit work. So
Yeah.
we could put some cool stuff in there.
Make it magic.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I mean, we're not opposed to any of that. Once we finally get around to that acoustic EP, like we actually have acoustic songs recorded right now. We just, they're just kind of sitting in limbo, waiting.
Got it.
But yeah, we actually, there's no drums on those songs. It's actually Justin on cajon and tambourine with the percussion. It's some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, that's very ambient.
Yeah, whenever that actually comes out, it'll be like a whole different thing. And, we'll probably work in some strings here and there, a trumpet somewhere. I don't know. Don't quote me on any of that. I'm just.
Track opens with a trumpet, then never comes back.
There you go. Yeah.
Or it's the final note, just like Queen Bohemian Rhapsody with the gong, like just there for no reason.
Yeah, you know what?
Just because there's a fucking gong over there, let's use it at least once.
I tell you what, we may pop one of those in at the end of one of the acoustic songs just for you.
There we go.
Man.
That would be great. And
We'll
I'll
just
be like,
be like, what's the key? Just press that right at the very end. Just
I'll make like a TikTok specifically just for that, and I'll be like, if you know, you know.
Right.
That's the best kind of music, though. Like you guys were talking about Primus. The one thing I can say is that I didn't enjoy anything that I was hearing because I didn't know what I was hearing. I was like, so they play like, it's like banjo, but it's not banjo, and he's playing bass really, really well. But everybody else is like off key, and they're on key, but they're off key, and all the crowd is like super happy and high. So I'm like, what on earth is this good? Is this what like the '90s were weird, man?
They were very weird, and Primus is just one of those bands, where even though everything kind of sounds like shit, it's just working. I can't explain it, because I mean, some of Primus's songs
For us.
Do you have to like
Some
hit a doobie in order to feel that, or is it just musically that you would consider that absolutely amazing music, even though it sounds completely off?
I don't know, man. I thought it was all like mushrooms and black lights back then. Dancing the night away at house music in a club called Frog.
What?
Because clubs the weirdest shit back in the day.
A club called Frog.
Dude, there was a club called It, and everybody went to it.
Oh, that you going to the It this weekend?
Right.
We have a mall that's not too far out from Chicago called the Hip. I have no idea why it's called the Hip, but yeah, we all know it is the Hip.
But you drew the line at Frog. You know what I mean? Like, where is the line, and how do we get on it?
It's a pretty hip frog.
Right.
It's like that one Tom Segura bit where he's talking about that strip club and it was called Beef.
Oh my god. You got to graduate to Beef.
Did they have good
Right.
burgers?
Probably.
There's some strip clubs that we've been
I think
told.
they were working with more like some brisket. You know what I mean? I don't think burger was on the menu, brother.
There's a strip club right outside the airport called Heavenly Bodies, and all I've been told is that the burgers are amazing. And I'm like, first of all, I'm almost married. Second of all, I'm not into the strip club thing. But third of all, that sounds delicious. Please get me one.
Pay some like kid to go in there and grab you one.
Yeah, I'll be like, hey, can you go make a pickup at Heavenly Bodies? Be like, your burgers are the best.
Yeah,
What about
the
the girls? I don't give a
Grubhub
shit.
order.
Got lost in the sauce. I'm sorry.
Oh man, I actually just got into steak a couple of years ago, and had a steak this holiday
what?
party. Yeah, I didn't like steak as a kid because I didn't have it cooked right. I never went to like a steakhouse and ordered steak. I would always go and get ribs. So getting a steak like filet mignon for the first time my parents treated, I was like, oh man, this is some high class deliciousness, and it's like tender and it's perfect. And so the one I had on Saturday for our holiday party, because we have to have it like a month after the actual holiday, it tasted like a steak burger. And I was like, I was in heaven, but everyone else was like, this is gross. I was like, no, this is great. This is delicious.
Bro, let me tell you, when you come down south, Brady will tell you and you're older. There's two things, okay? It's smoking and meat, and you put those two things together, and that's all you do for the rest of your life is you smoke meat every day of your life.
If you know how to and you're not afraid of fire, then sure.
Oh,
Bro, I'm
dude,
just
they
telling
made
you, if you ever
they
came
made it
down
so
here,
easy.
like there's an awful lot of smoked meat down here, and I'm like, yes, there is, because that's
I
all
like I like smoked stuff. I mean, I go for that like seasoning. We have like a pork place that's not too far from us, and we always get like the smokiest of sauces to put onto it, and I'm like, yeah, this is delicious.
Hell yeah.
But I'm all for bacon. Bacon is like
You're
the
making me
best thing.
hungry, dog. We got to change topics, man.
Dude, I gotta eat too.
Oh, Jesus. All the barbecue joints are closed right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're for some reason they're only open on like the weekends.
No overnighter?
No.
that's another thing. We smoke during the day.
There you go. You're getting the munchies at night then.
Well, the wolves will come get you. We got a lot of like real quick. Can we point out that Justin has a T-shirt on that says "Daddy"?
I can't even see his t-shirt. All I see is his
Bro,
face
let me see it.
and his gorgeous locks.
It's
Look at that. He did the hair flip.
Jesus Christ.
What does it
He
say?
is-
All right,
he
Justin.
is-
It says Daddy. My lovely, lovely girlfriend got it for me. It says Daddy.
Aw. I love it.
Is Mallory there right now?
She is in the house.
Tell her to do the thing.
Oh. Do the dance. Tell her to do the TikTok dance.
Out of here.
No, so his girlfriend Mallory is our she is our number one roadie.
Okay.
She's when we're done, she's already on the stage tearing down the drum set. She's amazing.
Really?
Yes, really.
Yeah.
She's a hands-on roadie.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking like, you know, the ones that like just ride with the band and like stick around with them, but she's actually helping you guys out with the equipment and everything. That's fantastic.
Yeah. She's
Yeah,
awesome.
our two wives are the first ladies.
Yeah, my wife and Alex's wife, they run the merch table and keep track of all the money.
Oh my God. You guys got a
Yeah.
business going on.
Yeah, it's great. And
Dude,
we don't
full
pay 'em.
scale. Hey, don't tax us. We're a religion. Dude, Fuzzy Dysfunction is
We're a
a religion. I said it first.
Fuzzy Dysfunction, right outside the deity of the flying spaghetti monster, you will find Fuzzy Dysfunction.
Bro,
You're goddamn right.
The question is, what do you worship? Primus.
the Lords of Rock.
Dale Earnhardt.
No,
Speaking
like Jesus, that dude. Jesus. People call him different names. That dude.
But you were saying the Lords of Rock, and it just brought me back to the School of Rock reference that you guys had before. And now I want to talk about one of the most important movies that came out last year, which we can all relate to. I'm pretty sure that we're all in the same generation. What did you guys think of Mario?
Oh, it was great. I love Mario. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Right?
I
Right?
thought it was pretty
really
good. Yeah.
I mean, it's not perfect by any means. It's not like the greatest movie ever. I'm really happy it was successful because I want to see what they're going to do next with it.
Right. Here's the thing. The biggest thing that I like so much about it is like they did have so it's a movie, so you got limited time to cram a lot of nostalgia in.
Yeah,
They did like almost all of them.
they did.
They
Dude, the
did
first time they
did all that. I was like, okay, so you got literally almost everything in here.
the first
In
time they
one movie.
showed Peach's castle or whatever it was, they played like the N64 song, and I was like,
Yeah.
nostalgia.
Not to mention the
when he
movie
went-
was fucking beautiful.
Oh yeah, no, the graphics are amazing. Like Illumination, I don't know what they smoke, but they have some of the best animals.
They're smoking the right shit.
Oh, yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah, it
But
was great.
It just sucks that you have to see the minions before it starts. You're just like, so close. I like the minions too, but I was just like, it just downgrades the idea that this is Mario. And so when the movie starts, it's just like, oh, this is cool. This is real cool to see
I'll
this
tell
in
you,
live action.
Stupid not to do another one.
Yeah, they're totally banking off of that. Same with Barbie. Barbie and Mario were like the biggest toys in the '90s or biggest like pop culture references in the 90s, and here they are
Yeah.
Use
running
those,
the game.
what, the 50s, 40s?
Yeah. Barbie.
Barbie's
Oh
been
yeah.
out for a fucking minute. Yeah.
Yeah, Barbie goes hard, bro.
Have you heard Barbie and Ken by Scene Queen?
I have not.
Bro,
That's a wild stuff.
that song should not be as good as it is. That shit goes hard as fuck.
Hi, Cody. I mean, Ken. Are you free right now? I have a song that I need you on. Like now? Let's party!
You gotta check it out.
I've seen people. I think Jonathan Young. I don't know if you guys have heard of him before. He did like a miserable cover of Barbie Girl or something like that. It's a great cover. It's got like that operatic, like bassy voice. But speaking of voices, I want to know, Alex, you have talent beyond belief, and you still have not put out the song you guys were talking about before. So when am I going to hear your amazing voice on Band-Aids?
Ooh.
So
Next.
What is the Band-Aids called? Sorry, the song called?
it's called Old
Old
Band-Aids.
Band-Aids. There we go. It's not, It is old now.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the reference for that more or less is like pulling off old Band-Aids and you just rip them off and they always hurt because they suck because they're stuck to your skin forever and rip all your hair out. But you know, it's a metaphor. It's a metaphor.
The song's got no fucking choruses.
The song got no choruses. You know what? That's why our songs now have choruses. So thank you, Sopranos.
So yeah, Old Band-Aids. Old Band-Aids is slated to come out. So first we're dropping Black and Gray, and then we're dropping our song with Plague Beast, and then up next after that is Old Band-Aids.
Oh my gosh. Triple threat. So excited.
And I mean, we've got even more than that lined up. I mean, that's just we're dropping them hard this year, man.
That's dropping
good.
like it's hot.
One after another, you know, with given time in between for you to listen to that song, you know.
Yes, and that's probably perfect. Are you guys doing it like monthly?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much monthly. Yeah.
Sweet. And the newest song, Black and Gray, I need Justin's background information on some of the drum tracks for that, because I was talking about it before and I was so focused on the structure of the song, and I was like, wait, percussion wise, there's something cool here. So how do you come up with the like, I love that shit so much. Like, how does that work with guitar? It's a modern thing. It's so metalcore, and I love everything that is, like, percussion wise.
Absolutely. So definitely some of my biggest influences coming up were a lot of the big pop punk acts. I really loved like A Day to Remember, 4 Years Strong, and that's like the root of that is that big breakdown energy. Everything slows down. It's drum and bass, and it's you're supposed to jump up and down.
Yeah,
and it just felt right. It was an easy call. As soon as I heard the riff, I was like, well, yeah, that we're going straight old school pop punk on that, because it's just good business.
Hell yeah, bro. Oh my God, it's so good. And it gets you moving. Like you said, the people are going to start jumping up and down. And you guys have probably already seen it live in October and November. And now you'll be seeing it live, hopefully at the next tour. You said it's going to be April that you're going to be going on the road again.
Well, we're not really going on the road. We're just hitting towns, around the South, So it's not really a tour. It's more of just, whenever we post a show, we'll be there,
Got it.
So yeah, I wouldn't call it a tour. We just, we definitely have shows coming up.
Although if you want to go on tour, we will.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want us to tour, yeah, absolutely.
If you want to add us on the bill, I'm not saying no. Whoever's watching.
It's it's just all about timing and what pops up, and we're just gonna see.
Yeah. Do you know anyone in Florida that would tour with you if you had the chance?
So yeah, I would love to play with Flagman. They're from Florida. There's some big fish. You know, we're not even in the same pond as those guys. You know, so I would love to play with Flagman. I'm sure there's probably some more bands. I tell you, there's a band from Milledgeville, which is like 40 miles away from Dublin, and it's a band called Blue. And you know, those guys are pretty fucking dope.
They're called
You know,
Blue.
They're called Blue. Yes.
Oh my God, they need a tour with Red.
But
They'll call it the
But,
Purple Tour.
there you go,
Nah,
Purple Tour, man.
because that's what they make.
But yeah,
Right.
you
That's
know, I'd love, you know, we could hit the road with those guys. You know, just let us know.
Yeah.
You know.
Every single person that's watching right now, if you have a friend in the Georgia area, you need to tell them to tell you more bands to check out, and then make sure those bands reach out to Fuzzy Dysfunction with all their links in the description right down below, as
We
they
wanna
always
hear
are.
from the bands.
Yes.
exist. People.
Yes, you do exist, and you're going to stand out. I'm telling you. That song Rampage, the first time I heard it, I was like, all right, I was still getting into Plague Beast at the time. So I was like, all right, I like it. I like it. I like it. It's very Linkin Park. This time going through it, I was just like, I remembered the chorus before it even started. Like, I remembered the chorus from 5 months ago. I was like, this is so good. Or 7 months ago, I think. Yeah. It was awesome to listen to it again. And I was like, yeah, this is the song. This is the song I was thinking of that other day. Like, you got an earworm going, man. And like you were saying with the choruses for Old Band-Aids, I'm excited to hear what you guys are going to do outside of that then. Going to go absolutely hardcore with it.
We finally got choruses. Can't stop us.
Yeah, we I hate to keep saying it, but yeah, we've got a bunch of crazy different things coming. And yeah, I think people are going to be surprised, and you know, they're not going to expect this from us. And yeah, I'm just excited for everyone to hear it. You know,
Hell yeah.
we've been hard at work on this shit for, you know, we were working on these songs the last time 7 months ago when we talked about it, and now we're just now to the point where we're ready to drop them. You know, so I mean, this whole time we've been busting ass recording, you know, jamming.
Know what changes in there? Because you know, there's some of these songs that I had put previous vocals to that coming up to it now, you know, I'm changing them a little bit because now I'm having a better idea than what I started with.
Yeah.
And like, it's in the perfect area where it's like, if we're going to change it, it's going to be now.
Right.
Right. Because the only other option is now it's out.
The time is now.
Yeah.
That's
and I
it.
don't think I'm changing it more or less because I think that the ones I did first were bad more than I've just grown since then already as a musician. And then when you listen back to stuff when you've grown past it and you're coming to do it, it's like a weird thing that you get where you're like, well, I just thought of something even better than what I did 4 or 5 months ago.
I love it. And now that I was thinking of the John Cena song that just started just bursting in my head with all of the bass that it always has. I think the craziest thing, if you actually wanted to do this, since we talked about trumpets, since we talked about acoustics, get Plague Beast to jump on a cover of Time Is Now with trumpets. Yeah, John Cena. That'd be so cool to
Like,
hear that
sure about that.
acoustic. Yeah, pretty crazy. I would definitely promote it. I'd be like, guys, if you've never heard something so off the wall, this is the song for you.
You know what's awesome
If
is
you're
I know
looking
Jacob
through
would kill
and
it.
you see the Time Is Now as a cover option, of course you click on it.
Yeah, of course. What were you
Like,
saying, Brendan?
Like, even if it sucks, it doesn't matter. You're like, I gotta hear it regardless.
Oh yeah.
No, I was just saying, no matter what, Jacob would absolutely kill it.
Yes. Oh my God. His delivery is like perfect for that song specifically. Like he'll be able to make it intense. Oh, you guys could have fun with it too. You could make it like Tenacious D, like make it a comedy version of it.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. I don't know. I have all these things going into my head, but I'm not a musician, so I always give it off to the people that actually know what they're doing. Be like, here, do something with this. It was a great idea. Don't even have to put my name. Just remember it was me.
We'll remember you, bro. We'll remember you.
Awesomeness. But before we finish off with the normal interview and go into the after chat before we all go into some delicious food, whatever that's going to be tonight, whether that's going to be something you can find at the corner market or an actual banquet, I'm excited to keep promoting you guys. So what is the best way, as all of us fans want to continue supporting you? Would you recommend going and looking at your merchandise as a great option to make you guys a little bit more happy with your experience as a band?
Yeah. So we don't have like a marketplace set up to sell merch, but if anyone is interested in merch, you could just DM us on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram, wherever. And we can set up transactions because we have merch on hand that we take to shows. And in the coming months, we will get a online store. We had some issues with Shopify where people were making purchases and then they weren't being delivered, so we had to issue a bunch of refunds and stuff, and that was kind of embarrassing. So
yeah,
once we get that figured out, we'll be ready to roll. But yeah, if anyone is interested in merch at all, just hit us up and we'll send you some shit. If you buy a shirt, we're sitting on so many EPs, we will give EPs away.
This was a fantastic chat. I really love everything that you guys have as your whole spirit for your band, and I'm super excited to promote the brand new single, Black and Gray, which you guys can go and check out the whole reaction in the description right down below, along with the information for the band, which I've told you many times before. Go get some merchandise, go create some merchandise, go DM them, go tell them what you love about their music, because if you don't love their music, you might be deaf. And for my friend that is deaf, he probably loves the music way more than you, so suck it. Either way, thanks again for joining me, guys. You were absolutely amazing, as I expected, and I'm super excited to promote the new stuff when it comes around. And I will keep my radar out for you guys as well. Every single person that I talk to is the only people I'm now going to be following on Instagram. That way I don't miss anything, because I got all of these thousands of other bands distracting me. I'm like, get out of here. Fuzzy Dysfunction is top dog. Top dog.
Well, thank you so much for having us on, man. We appreciate it.
Thank
you
so
for all you
much.
do.
Oh, absolutely. I'm happy to promote the best. And you guys are some of the greatest dudes. I even said this during the reaction. Some of the greatest dudes you will ever hear in the world of music.
Well, thank you, brother.
Dysfunction, bananas.
Fuzzy Dysfunction.
They're tasty.
Shirts bananas. I love it. It's so dry, but it's so perfect. I would buy it. I honestly would.
All right, well, we got one, boys.
There you go.
There you go.
Everybody gets one. Then we got
That's all we need is really.
All right, guys. Thanks again for joining me. I hope all of you guys had a great time listening to this or watching this, and I hope you have a wonderful day and stay safe out there. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the Media Man Dan podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks for listening, have an awesome day, and stay safe out there. Peace.